All right, we're going. So who wants to start first? You know what? I think Genie should start first because Genie
Yeah.
injured himself. Tell us how this happened.
So I was at a goth club in LA and
Wait, you say a goth club?
yes.
What is that?
Like a nightclub but goth themed and
Okay. Continue.
and it was like for my birthday, but I didn't tell anyone that it was my birthday that midnight, and so I was like really going hard and I was like really happy. And I was like very drunk and I was very like fucked up, and I guess I was like walking on the sidewalk and I like hopped or jumped, like not even that crazy of a jump, just like a hop in place, and then I landed on my foot wrong. And then next thing I know, I'm like limping. And let me see if I could show you the size of this thing. It is just but anyway, I got on a bird, like those little scooters, and I just birded home. Oh, hold
Oh.
on.
Oh my god, dude.
It's like pretty big, yeah.
Have
It's
you gone to
like
the doctor?
Not good looking. No, but this is a normal ankle for comparison. Pretty thin and pretty nice, and this is weird. Okay. It's
Nice.
You're gonna end
Genie.
up on some subreddit or something, dude.
Somebody's gonna screenshot your feet and put it on a site.
Yeah.
well, yeah.
Wait. So,
That
but
sucks.
you're positive that it's just a sprain?
I can
I've
move
never-
it around a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, because
We,
I've never sprained my ankle or like broken a bone or anything, so I don't really have any like experience with that. Yeah.
yeah, it's my third time spraining an ankle, but it's my first time on my left foot, and
Dude.
I realized I can't walk
What?
like I can normally do.
One of my buddies has. I think it's his nose that he's broken like 3 times.
Jesus.
How does that happen? Like,
It's-
you would think
So-
after the first 2 times you'd be like, you know what? Maybe I should be a little bit more careful. Like he did it a 3rd time.
No, your nose. So your nose is weird because, like, when your nose heals back, the side that it didn't happen to is like weaker now. So the other side is more likely to give out when you get hit in the nose, I believe. Because I know people
Oh.
have had the same thing happen. I mean, Owen Wilson had his nose broken like twice in like 2 months. You can see how jacked up his nose is.
Yeah, his nose looks like a Picasso painting.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like
Because
the thing is, dude, like in Loki, you can actually like it's visible. You can
Yeah.
really see it.
well, the reason why is because your nose cartilage keeps growing. Like it never stops, and so it just continues to warp.
I never understood that. So like, is it a significant amount of growth, or is it like
If
like
you look
a
at
micrometer?
If you look at somebody who's like 80, 90 years old, like look at Clint Eastwood and take a picture from him when he was like 40, his ears are like bigger and his nose is a
Right.
little bigger because your cartilage never stops growing. It grows over the years. So like that's why you'll see old people who have really like long ass ears. You're like, what the?
You know what? They don't have any like good angles. Well, I see a picture of Clint Eastwood shirtless, and he's all like he kind of doing weird stuff. But like, yeah, I don't know.
Dude, he's like
I can't really see
91
his-
now.
Clint Eastwood pics.
Dude,
please.
he's really old, and like,
Still making movies.
Yeah.
that's insane, man. I like,
Yeah.
but I mean, at least it means that like he has a passion for it, as opposed to him just trying to do it for like money or something. You know, like
Yeah.
he enjoys it. Clearly, he enjoys
Yeah,
it.
for sure. Yeah. I just watched Unforgiven with my wife. She had never seen it. You guys
What's
seen that? Unforgiven is I believe it's the last Western he did. And he talked, I guess Scott Eastwood talked to Joe Rogan about this because I remember that was why we watched it again. Because I was like, you haven't seen that? She's like, no, I've never seen that. So Clint Eastwood had this script for a Western, but he sat on it for like 10 years because he said, I don't think I'm old enough for this yet. Like, it's more of like it's so basically it's about, there's these prostitutes, right? It's like old Western times.
Mhm.
And this guy cuts up this chick's face. And so, like, and because of who they are, like, nothing happens to the guy. So the prostitutes put their money together and they put a bounty on his head. but the sheriff of the town is Gene Hackman, and he's an asshole, and he bans guns in the town. Like nobody can have guns in the town, and so anybody who comes to the town with a gun just gets the shit beat out of them. You know, like they just basically like make an example out of them. And so Clint Eastwood, he's like older now, right? He plays an older cowboy who like doesn't kill people anymore. Like he used to be like a bounty hunter, and he's not doing well. Like he's got a small little farm with some kids. His wife died, and like his pigs are all like dying because there's some kind of like disease going around or something. And so this guy comes,
dude.
yeah, this guy comes along and he's like, I'm gonna go kill this guy. And I heard that you were like, you know, ruthless. You know, he like tells him he heard all this stuff, and he's like, well, I don't do that anymore. He's like, I don't even remember any of that stuff because I was always drunk, you know. And then he decides after, you know, like his kid comes out and is like, another pig is sick. He's like, oh fuck, you know. And so he's like, nah, I'm not doing it. And then he changes his mind, right? Like goes back after the guy. But he decides to bring an old partner, and it happens to be what's his name? Morgan Freeman. It's Morgan Freeman. So Clint Eastwood and Morgan Freeman used to be like bounty hunters back in the day, and they decided to go after him. And like Clint Eastwood like can't shoot for shit anymore, and like Morgan Freeman, he's like, I thought we gave this up, but you know the money would be good, and so they basically go after, and then you just it's a wild story.
Wow.
I don't want to give any away because you guys should watch it if you haven't. I mean,
Yeah.
He says it
Genie,
after giving away like the entire plot of the movie.
No, that's literally like that's like the first 30 minutes, and it's like a 2-hour movie.
All right, well, so that in other words, that first 30 minutes gone, just completely gone, bro.
I mean, that's just set up, and I didn't give it any justice because there's just a lot more detail to it. But like, we watched it in 4K, and it holds up. Like,
you know what?
Really?
I need to actually watch a movie in 4K just to like really understand how big of a difference it makes, because the only experience I've had with 4K is looking at TVs for displays back when I was at Best Buy, and even then they used footage that was designed to make the TV look really good.
Right.
So there's a difference though, because they'll like upscale something to 4K, and when they upscale something to 4K, it's not actually 4K, I think, but when they like restore or remaster something into 4K, it's ridiculous. Like people say Terminator 2 like doesn't look as good in 4K because like you can see stuff is fake, you know. They say the same thing about Lord of the Rings too. Like you can tell this stuff is props and stuff like that in 4K in some scenes. So in some cases 4K is not good, but I watched Jaws in 4K and goddamn, that looked good in 4K.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, because the shark looks fake already, so you're not like, you know, whatever. But
you ever seen Paris, Texas?
No.
No.
I think it's Paris, Texas.
It's like an older movie. I think it like came around the time of Jaws. It's like kind of like a sad drama though. But I watched that. That was the first movie. I saw it in the theater though. And it was the first time I saw like a 4K rematch. I didn't see it before when it was not 4K, but like that was one of those moments where it was like, okay, I get the 4K thing now. That was actually really beautiful looking.
Yeah, 4K is no joke. I just, my thing is, are they really gonna go past 4K? Like,
yes.
Yeah, but what?
As far as it can go.
The human eye, they said the human eye cannot detect a difference in resolution somewhere between 6 and 7K. So 8K, anything more than that would just be stupid.
No, that's not true.
8K is so expensive.
Here's the thing. So that is only true to a certain extent, because when you have a bigger screen and you're using a low resolution, the pixels get stretched out, so it gets way blurrier that way. So 8K on a 100-inch TV is a lot more noticeable than, you know, 8K on like a 60-inch or something like that. It does matter. It just depends on the context.
The people that have a 100-inch TV is like less than 1% of the population of the world, dude. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to remember, like, just
like
because
that's so niche. The people that it's worth using it, like that seems like a terrible investment.
Just because it's kind of like a niche thing doesn't mean that no one's buying it. Like,
I don't know,
obviously
dude,
it exists for a
8K
reason.
8K TVs are like 10 grand.
Yeah, that's
Like,
I mean,
4K TVs, I don't think were ever 10 grand. They were like when they first came out, they were somewhere around like 7,500.
yeah,
But
but
obviously, every time they upgrade the resolution, like the technology is more expensive. But I mean, 10 grand, like you can buy a decent car for 10 grand, like a
my
used
car was
car.
10 grand.
Yeah,
So there's a couple things to keep in mind there, though. One is inflation, and
yeah.
which I don't think would make that big of a difference, but I don't know. I mean,
Because
whatever.
8K projectors have been a thing for a while. Like, it's definitely cheaper to get an 8K projector and just project it onto a wall. Because like people have
Yeah.
like home theaters do that, and that's what I would do.
That's a much different technology, though. So I mean, I don't know. I will say one thing. The reason why those TVs cost so much is because I think, or at least in comparison to 4K, with 4K TVs, I think like usually if you were to get a 4K TV, it would be in like the 50 to like 70-inch range. So typically you're not going to spend more than like, yeah, 8 grand on a TV at that time.
Yeah.
100 inches is obviously going to cost more because it's freaking huge and it's a lot of pixels.
So we have a 55-inch in the bedroom. God, people know, they know the layout. I got like a 55-inch in the bedroom, and then we have like a 65-inch in the living room, and like we hardly notice a difference in size because of, I guess the TV is closer to us in the bedroom because the room's smaller than the living room, so that does make a difference. But like once you get to that size, it's like anything bigger than that, it's just kind of excessive unless you have like a legit like big ass den or something like that with like a huge wall that you can just mount this TV on, you know? So
yeah, and I
like,
think a lot of it is bragging rights for sure. Like I know there's people who would come in and they would be like, yeah, like I want to get this TV, and I'm like, all right, but you understand, just because it's a bigger TV doesn't necessarily mean it's better. And they're like, oh,
yeah,
well, I mean, like I still want the bigger one, and I'm like,
I think
yeah,
that's on the
but
way out though.
wait, oh, like as in like getting bigger TVs?
Yeah, well, no, I mean like bragging about it because like half of today's media is consumed on tablets and phones. You know?
Yeah, but you also have to remember that people, I mean, like not everyone's the same. Like everyone that's in the sort of like internet sphere, right? That's only a certain percentage of the population, right? The other chunk of people, a lot of their experiences are grounded in just strictly real life stuff, right? So there's people who really do focus more on what happens in the moment as opposed to what was happening online. So there's definitely people who still brag about it. I'm sure it'll be a thing for a while. It's like a car, for example, you know, like people will brag about it all the time because cars are cool.
I can't remember the last time someone was like, bro, I got this TV. Like it literally, I don't think I've heard somebody say that for like 2 or 3 years. Like when I was in the military, somebody got a big TV on Black Friday, and that was like the last time I heard about it.
When's the last time you've been to somebody's house? Exactly.
Like 3 or 4 months ago.
What?
Yeah.
Well, like as in like a friend?
Yeah.
What the? I'm confused. Anyway, we're not going to ask about it. I don't know. I feel like most people don't really like they don't really go to people's houses, especially like right now with you know the pandemic and stuff like that. But
it's over. That pandemic is it's considered over in like half the states, bro. It's coming back online, baby.
So there's that new variant or whatever, and apparently like, they have
variant.
What?
I did get the vaccine, by the way.
Oh
I ended up getting it. So
he had to.
No, we're not. I don't want to talk about it too much. Okay.
Do you have
I'm
any
just
magnets?
saying, I got it. I know there's no magnets.
That's not true, by the way. That's not true. Okay, like
I just like it doesn't matter what you say about the vaccine. Like, oh, I got this one. Like everybody's, oh, well, that's the one that gives you heart inflammation. You know, like everything you say is just controversial.
Well,
so I got the vaccine because I'm taking acting classes. I'm starting jujitsu this week, so like I'm gonna be exposed to people. It just made sense to get it. You know.
That's fair.
And like with traveling and stuff too, you know, we traveled the last 2 weeks.
The magnet thing is not true. I literally saw a video of some guy tried it, right? And it stuck, right? And then somebody commented, they were like, hey, make sure to use baby powder on your arm before you do that. And he did, and it just fell off. The freaking magnet fell off. Wanna know why? His freaking skin was sticky. That's all it was.
Yeah, it's just fear mongering, bro. It's 100%
Yeah.
fear mongering. I mean, if you want to get into like vaccine safety stuff, they are telling pregnant women don't get it because there's not enough research to tell what it does to like fetuses and stuff.
Hey, bro, you gotta find out one way or another.
Because the FDA, when they emergency approved it, they emergency approved it for like healthy adults. You know what I mean? So
that makes sense.
I mean, like little man can't get it because you have to be like a certain age. I think you have to be 5 or I think you have to be 6 to get it.
I heard they're coming out with a pill too.
I did not hear that.
I don't get how that would work.
Neither do I. That's why I'm confused by it.
I highly doubt that. I don't think they've ever done vaccines through pills.
Because this is a different kind of vaccine, though.
Yes, but well, in a sense, it is. The way that the mRNA vaccine works is they take the cold virus and they take dead protein cells from COVID and they bind them to the cold virus. And so because that's been the argument is like, can you get COVID from the vaccine? You can't. And the symptoms people are experiencing are cold symptoms because you're getting the cold virus. But the proteins, the dead protein cells, since they're completely foreign.
Cat?
No, the cat's not here yet. We pick up the cat later today. That's okay. Sammy. Sammy's gotten way more mellow lately. Sammy, what are you doing? He's like sniffing the back of my chair. So anyways,
he's getting big, bro.
Yeah, he's getting big. The cold so look, the cold virus that's nothing new, but when you add the dead protein cells from COVID to it, since they're so completely foreign, that's where like it causes like your immune system to respond, and basically like your body between the first and second shot is different percentages, but after the second shot, depending on which one you get, you're anywhere from like 85 to 90, I think 98% or 97% effective against the virus now. So you could still get the virus, but your body has a much better chance of fighting it because it has like the basic blueprints to fight it.
Wait, so I'm confused. So how long do the symptoms usually last after you get the vaccine? Because I've heard people say they get it for like a day.
The first shot, I had like a headache for like the rest of the day. But the second one, I mean, it's get like some chills and maybe some aches, kind of like you're getting the flu, and a headache again. The headache is the most annoying thing.
Headaches suck, bro. Dude, I've heard there's people who go their entire lives without having a headache.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the thing is, though, and I've experienced this, when you get a bad migraine for the first time, like ever, you're like, what the hell is going on? Because it hurts. Your head is pounding. Like,
yeah.
From my understanding, most headaches or migraines, the fibers that attach your brain to your skull are constricted, and so they're pulling. There's tension on them, and that's what's causing pain, which is crazy.
Bro, I guarantee the reason why Elon Musk is so productive is because he probably figured out some way to get rid of headaches. Or like maybe there was like a doctor that did a procedure or something, because headaches slow you down big time.
Dude.
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
I was looking at because people were talking about like Elon Musk is like one of the smartest people in the world, and it's like, how do they have any studies on like how like babies can be smarter? You know what I mean? And one of the things they're studying is they think that because studies are limited because obviously marijuana is not federally legal yet, and once that happens, dude, that like there's gonna be so many studies. It's awesome because like we still don't know a lot about it and like how it affects everything. But apparently women who have been prescribed small amounts of marijuana for morning sickness have also been linked to having smarter babies. Isn't that crazy?
Really?
Yeah, there's like a small little connection there that they want to do more research, but they can't. Because of the federal stuff.
Two things. One of them is more of like a general thing for living organisms in general, right? Yeah. But the other thing is for humans. So number one, if you have like a ton of calories when you're growing up, obviously it helps a lot with brain development. Which is why, like, koalas, for example, are freaking stupid because they eat nothing but eucalyptus leaves and dirt, which are like
no calories.
They have like no calories, so their brains are smooth.
Yeah.
It's insane. The other thing, if you're in the womb for a longer period of time, you end up being smarter. Apparently, that's what happened with Albert Einstein. That's what I heard.
Yeah,
He was in
How
there
long
for
was
10
he in
months.
there?
10 months. Yeah.
I heard 10 months or something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Very close to 10 months. Apparently, because the last like month and a half, I believe, is when like your brain really starts to develop. You know. And so if you're in there a little longer, and like you got to think like your brain hasn't like gotten oxygen yet, so it's straight up just growing and developing. You know, like there's nothing. It's not also trying to run your body.
Okay, what the heck did I looked up how long was Albert Einstein in the womb, and it says he actually spent 16 years in an artificial womb, which allowed him to develop high intelligence, telepathy, and other mental skills. It also explains his lack of a belly button.
What the? Hey, so guys, I want to make a bet. Okay. Let's and we gotta like write it down, you know, and like keep it there until it happens. When do you think marijuana is gonna be federally legal? Like what year? Like by what year?
2024.
I think either 2023 or 2025. It's not gonna be 2024.
Okay, you gotta pick a year.
Time.
Winner gets here. I'll bet $100.
All right.
So
Okay.
I mean, yeah. So the person who wins gets the $200 from the other two people.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think 2025.
I was gonna say 2025, but since you said that, I'll go 2024.
Genie already said that, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah, that.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll do.
Pick my other option, dude. I said 2023.
So I don't know though, man, because you got to think the problem right now, okay, is that the pharmaceutical industry, and the alcohol industry don't want it because they know they're gonna get hit in sales when it happens. So they're the ones that are lobbying against it, and I think they can hold out for a little longer. You know, I think 2025 is a very strong option. If both of us pick 2025, we got to split the money.
Well, then we should all pick 2025.
All right, never mind. No bet. This is a joke. This is not working because I was gonna pick 2025. But I was talking
well, then
about.
Pick a different year, dude.
But we're all within a year of each other, so it's not that. I don't know. It's just kind of a bad bet.
I don't. Whatever, bro. I mean, I think
I could see
2025 is definitely a strong year for that, though, because like that's.
Sorry, I was just gonna say I would say probably the next 2 to 5 years for sure.
Yeah.
Well, because didn't Black Ops 2 take place in 2025? I think
Maybe.
so, right?
I don't know.
See, that's the thing. I feel like that year's going to be big just because, like, for some reason, video games have a tendency to just sort of like be low key accurate.
Yeah, but
The only thing that's not accurate is there's like a ton of dubstep in that game, and no one likes dubstep anymore. So
yeah, no, isn't it funny how people thought dubstep was going to be like the future of music? But I honestly think it's like retrowave and synthwave, chill waves type stuff.
It definitely ushered in like the EDM era.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like the thing with EDM and like synthwave, retrowave, chillwave, outrun music, all that stuff, is the music is very emotionally charged. Like it's not something that like, oh, I'm not gonna throw this on just to like jive. You know what I mean? Like they're very like the music's always like something emotional. It's about something emotional. And I feel like society as a whole is just becoming more emotional. Like we let emotions like, you know, influence our decisions big time.
Because we can't control our own emotions.
Yeah, and
it's
just interesting how like when I was in Texas, I stopped at a gas station and I had a shirt on that said synthwave with like a little cassette tape on it, and this guy was like, "Hey, dude, nice shirt. Nobody knows about that shit." I was like, "Yeah, dude." Like, right on.
Oh, dude. So, Genie, do you know who Delora is?
Delora? What? No. What is that?
Nah, he wouldn't.
So-
I don't think he would know.
He's a synthwave artist that we listen to, and bro, I think it's insane. Danny actually got permission from him to play his music on his stream.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
mentioned that. You like tweeted him, right?
Yeah, that's so sick,
so
dude.
sick.
He's
Yeah.
such a cool dude, bro.
He said if you get if Twitch gives you a strike, tell him to suck a fart.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a cool dude. He's such a cool dude.
I found out that Mitch Murder and Gunship are fair game to use as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I heard Home as well.
I gotta
If
do
you
more
get permission.
research because I would dude, Home has got some bangers, dude.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
For sure. You know what? That's the thing. I think most of those artists are pretty cool about like people playing their music on a stream because most of the time there's not really like vocals.
And like I said, like the synthwave, retrowave, chillwave genre is so niche right now that it's like those artists, like, to stand out, like people just have to start hearing your stuff more, and a good way to do that is just let people use your music. I mean, you got to understand, like Harris Heller, he lets everybody use his stream beats for anything. It doesn't matter. YouTube video. Obviously, like if you want to use something in a movie, you still got to reach out because that's just how those work, you know, with union stuff. But he's making like, and it's like he said he made like 60 grand one month or whatever because Spotify plays and stuff. Like it's just on Spotify and Apple Music, you do if your stuff gets played, you make a good amount of money. That's why one of the things I've thought about. Okay. And like obviously this wouldn't work unless I actually have a name for myself, but down the road I would totally like open like a synthwave, retrowave, chillwave like oriented label, like just that type of music.
Oh yeah.
Like Jericho kind of did that for like electronic dance music type stuff.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
How do you guys like discover new music? Like what do you guys
For me, a lot of it is YouTube videos, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the way that I discovered this music was literally Drive. Like I heard Night Call and like A Real Hero and Drive, and I just looked up on YouTube, went down a rabbit hole, and then I was like, dude, this is a whole genre of music I've never gotten into.
Yeah, YouTube movies definitely like there's a lot of songs that I've gotten from TV shows as well, like Umbrella Academy and Breaking Bad. Like there's songs in there that I like.
Breaking Bad's got
I have them on Spotify.
Got some good old school music in it.
Yes. Oh, dude, for sure. Better Call Saul as well.
Dude, we gotta watch the rest of Better Call Saul because like the first season's very slow because it's it's dry lawyer stuff, but
yeah.
I mean, from what I'm seeing that they're filming around here, because they were filming like down the street, dude. Yeah.
Wow.
Like this, I mean, and then the guy that I talked to, that went to the acting academy that I'm going to, when he added me on Instagram, I looked and like he had like a video of him with the twin brothers, because they're in it, I guess. I'm just like, bro, this season's gonna get crazy. And they just changed Los Pollos Hermanos, remember? They changed Twisters to Los Pollos Hermanos for a couple days to film over here. So, yeah, like it's funny because we're like they're filming like by a laundromat, like down the street. It's like we'll have to look into that.
That's so cool, dude.
Yeah,
so
no,
cool.
I mean, the other thing, when I go meet the because I haven't met the instructor in person yet, but when I go to jiu-jitsu tomorrow, because I'm gonna go check out a class tomorrow, the instructor, like I might have mentioned to Chris, I don't know if I mentioned it to Genie, but he's a stuntman, and like he's been in tons of like 13 big movies. I didn't know they filmed Army of the Dead out here, but he was one of the zombies who like fought one of the main dudes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he was one of the like main zombies who like fought somebody in the movie.
Can I look him up? Or you probably don't want to say his name.
Yeah, I don't want to say his name. But like you look at his list of movies, and it's like Sicario 1 and 2, like a bunch of big stuff. And I'm like, dude, that's
wow.
like he hasn't worked on a small film. Like he must have had a connection or something that got in.
Army of the Dead, is that the one?
The Netflix.
By,
Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder.
Snyder, right? Yeah.
I will say it did not get very good reviews.
It was a popcorn flick. I will say that. Like it's definitely not winning any awards, but it was a fun movie.
Fair.
It was kind of like Zombieland, but
Sucker Punch.
I know of it. Never watched it.
Okay.
Know of it, but
that's a Snyder one too. That's like I think it's in the same kind of vein
Jesus
as,
Christ. 22% on Rotten Tomatoes. How does that happen?
I don't know. He's just very like.
I know he's polarizing.
Well, I mean,
in a lot of ways, but
even in Army of the Dead, like there was little things and they're making a sequel, but there was little things that it was like, what the hell? There was like robot zombies, and then there was like a UFO in the background, and they're talking about like altered dimensions and stuff like that, but they barely talk about it.
Oh, speaking of zombies, did you see the trailer for What If?
I did not, but
Oh,
I saw the
no.
animation and it looks dope.
Okay. For those that don't know, the premise of it is basically like alternate universe stuff for Marvel. Okay. And there is literally a scene in the trailer where they show Avengers that are zombified. It's so crazy, dude. I'm so excited. It comes out in like August, doesn't it?
I think so. Yeah, but they
Yeah,
Yeah, August 11th.
I think they got everybody to do the voice acting. Like that was kind of like a
Yes.
loophole because they didn't have to pay
Like
for
I
them to
said-
actually be on screen.
Yeah, and Chadwick Boseman, I think that's how you say his name, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He that was his last role. That's his last
Damn.
role right there.
it's crazy.
I mean, it's nice to have him back for that.
Yeah.
But it is sad that, that's the last we're gonna get of him,
Dude, I honestly, I was, because there's a voice acting class here at this academy. Dude, they have like 30 classes you can take. It's crazy. Like there's one guy who teaches screenwriting. There's all kinds of stuff. So I'm probably just going to take a ton of stuff here. But this 6-month course is like probably the best way to like jump into it because there's just so much you learn. Like we were
What did
talking.
you learn like the first class?
So it started out, right? And like he kind of just went over like the schedule and like important days not to miss. And it turns out the last class is finishing up filming their short film because you film a short film at the end. They're finishing up filming their short film, and so they're going to be doing that on Tuesday, and we're going to be helping. We're going to be like crew for that and stuff. So that'll be dope. And like they have this little app so that like we could pull up on our phone like what the camera's seeing, and we can like watch. It's pretty cool, like how they're doing it. But they got a cop car, I guess not too long ago, like an old cop car, and they like took everything off of it, and so like maybe we might do like a crime drama, I think, for our short film. So that's pretty dope.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a 10-page script that we're gonna make.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. So speaking of Breaking Bad and stuff like that, did you guys see that the guy that plays Hank made another like Sussy Baka video?
I did it, but that's
Yeah,
genius, bro. Because he's just
he
killing
did,
it, bro.
Oh, you gotta see it.
His cameo must have been flooded after that shit, bro.
Oh, I'm sure, bro. I'm sure.
He probably raised the price on it.
Dude. Yeah, I like they asked him to actually like do like part of a script, like one of the episodes. I think it's when they're in the RV.
I should pay to have him say like, "Don't be a sussy baka. Use G Fuel code Danny D."
You could do that, dude. Honestly, it would probably work.
Yeah, because I know
Dude.
Electric Shock got Johnny Sins to say it. He's like, use code Shock or I'll bang your mom or something like that. It's like, what the fuck?
Oh man,
It's like, bro.
dude. There's a ton of people who are on Cameo. I'm sure, like a lot of people who
Nobody
would
like,
definitely be
there's like nobody crazy big because they're too busy.
exactly. That's the thing. Like it's like, oh hey, that's the guy from this show that was on
Yeah.
there for like a season or something. It's like, oh, it's kind of funny, I think that's like, dude, what was that one guy on Fiverr who like he dressed up in like a suit and he'd be like, something. This ninja needs your help. What I need from you is the your credit card number, the 3 numbers on the back, and the expiration date. And then it's like, just
What the hell?
yeah, just stuff like that. Like, dude, that whole industry,
Yeah.
it's great. It's
So-
great, man.
The acting class though, so we did that, and then what we did to kind of like, it was very interesting the way we did it. So instead of being like, hi, I'm so and so from here, this and that, they had us come up, say our name, and there was people on Zoom too because they were like out of town. That's the other thing is like, even if you're out of town, you can use Zoom or they'll like record the class if you completely miss it, because there's one class I'm gonna have to miss when we go to Disney World. But so you go up in front of the class, you say your name, and then we do this thing. It's called the discovery method. And apparently it's an acting technique where you kind of just discover things that are going on. So like we just said what was on our mind. It was so like I stood up and I was like, I'm discovering that wall socket, like, or that wall outlet, the sockets are upside down, or I looked over at like the instructor's or the teacher's coffee cup, and I was like, I'm discovering that, you know, the teacher's drinking coffee black. Like, I like my coffee black, you know, stuff like that. Like, just making connections. But based off of that, for like a minute, people would like learn about you. And so like this one guy was like, I'm discovering that so and so likes this sports team, and then like, so we were like, oh, he likes sports, you know, stuff like that. And then like we had to write one phrase to describe the person, and so like I would write like avoids the silence, because like anytime it got quiet, you could tell they got kind of like nervous, you know, stuff like that. And then the teacher was very metaphorical. He wrote for me, he wrote on the edge of what's coming next. I was like, whoa, that's deep.
Dude, that's so big brain. That's so big brain, dude.
Yeah, no, it was fun.
That makes so much sense, right? Because like obviously you're gonna focus on the stuff that matters to you. Like,
well,
that's cool,
the thing is,
dude.
though, is like you have to be in the moment. Like somebody started like saying stuff, and they were more like recalling things, and he's like, well, you're recalling things from memory. We want you to be present in the moment. And he was like, oh, okay, and then did this and that. So for him, I wrote open to guidance, because as soon as he told him, you know, oh no, do it this way, he was like, oh, okay. Like he didn't fight it or like ask questions. He just went with it. Like he focused on what he said. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. There was one guy on Zoom.
I'm discovering this guy's fly is down. He writes down, is an idiot.
No, but like, dude, I mean, the people in this class it's an interesting group. I mean, I'll be honest, like the class was like $2,500. So I mean, it's not like everybody in there is kind of got something going on where they get paid for this, you know, like they're not dummies or anything. So everybody in there is a very interesting person. There's one guy, he's been a preacher for 25 years. So like there's a lot of like wisdom there, just life wisdom, you know? And like apparently he's done other like acting classes, not like outside of the studio. And so he was talking about like other stuff as it was brought up. And the teacher's awesome, because like, I don't know, it was just really interesting how like it didn't matter if somebody said something that was kind of like silly or you could tell they were confused. He would like explain it and like be like, I get what you're saying, like this and that. Like it was really interesting. I love it. I'm really excited to see what we do here. And at some point, I mean, we're supposed to like film an audition tape, and like he gives us feedback to like learn how to audition. But towards the end, when we graduate, he was like, this is the first time we've done this. We're actually flying out a couple of LA talent agents to give you feedback and like meet you and explain stuff. And so like the guy who was on Better Call Saul, he was like, dude, can I retake the 6-month course? Cause like, that's like huge opportunity. And, I mean, everybody there that's teaching was like, there's a really good chance you're going to leave here with an agent. So
that's cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like it's personally, or just like everyone in general?
Like everyone. He's like, as long as you're serious about it, like you're going to leave with opportunities. I mean, like I read people saying in their testimonials that they booked like a couple of commercials while they were still going to the school.
Dude, that reminds me. Genie, do you watch Joe Rogan at all?
Yeah, here and there, but I haven't watched recent ones.
Yeah. He did a podcast with Quentin Tarantino.
I heard about that.
Yeah,
I heard about that.
And it's awesome, dude. It was great.
So I heard like a 50-50 response. I heard people say that the podcast solidified to them that they don't like Quentin Tarantino as a person. And then people like me or like you, I was like, dude, this is awesome, because we're like, when he described how he goes through the process of coming up with a script, like where like he decides like this is worth writing. I was like, bro, his brain works like mine does. He said he would like come up with an idea, and then he'll start listening to music, and if he finds a song that connects to him and he feels like, yeah, that's a good opening scene song, he'll start writing like the opening scene. And so he's like, that's why opening scenes in his movies are so important and so just crazy, is because those opening scenes are like him selling to himself the idea that this is worth writing. And so I was like, dude, that makes so much sense, because like Inglourious Bastards really starts at like 11, you know what I mean? And then like in my opinion, Inglourious Bastards is one of my least favorite Quentin Tarantino movies, because it goes on this subplot with the woman at the theater and stuff like that, and I was just like, I didn't care about that character. I wanted to see the Inglourious Bastards doing more stuff.
Well,
you know?
it was supposed to be a show, wasn't it, or a miniseries or something?
I don't think so. No.
I thought I heard that somewhere. Actually, you know what?
Yeah.
Let me look it up. I'm gonna look it up because I'm pretty sure I heard that.
That would be crazy.
Because I think the idea was it was supposed to be that, and then he couldn't figure out how to end it or something like that, right? That's something along those lines.
Yeah, I don't know.
It says to be a bigger film than planned, yada yada yada. I don't know. Anyways, you guys keep talking. I'm gonna look this up. In fact, I'll even bring up the idea. Dude, did you see he like officially like he said, yeah, I'm not doing any more movies for sure. Like he's completely adamant about it.
Yes, but he also said that
anytime soon.
So he said he wants to stop after the 10th movie because he's noticed that directors, like you look at Steven Spielberg and people are like, oh man, he used to make great movies, you know? Yeah. Like honestly, if you look back, the last really good movie Steven Spielberg made that like made everybody happy was Catch Me If You Can. And that's like 2004, something like that. Like it's been a while since Steven Spielberg made a movie that people like talked about.
Yeah.
You know, like Ready Player One had some craze around it, but as soon as it came out, everybody's like, yeah, it's nothing special. Like it just didn't really like take chances, you know?
Same with like The Post and like
yeah, those like I feel like the audience for those like very heavy dialogue dramas are on the way out. Like it's just they're very niche now. Yeah. Like the only critics and like snobs care about it.
Oh, yeah. Well, because that's something that he had brought up. He'd said like we're in an era of like film where things are just really safe. Like,
yeah,
people really want to focus on that. And like when he was saying that like he sort of made so the 90s were allowed to sort of be like, I guess, a little more on the violent side when it came to movies. Mm-hmm. Like I was like, that's so true, because if you look at what movies came out in the 90s, like yeah, he kind of did sort of give people permission to do that in a way. Like when we watched Fargo, that movie was brutal. And guess what decade it was made in? It was made in the 90s, I believe. So like
yeah, the 90s was definitely like a turning point when it comes to film. Yeah. I like, so trying to think. I watched Blue Ruin with my wife last night, and I feel like that movie movies just aren't made like that anymore. So the guy who made Blue Ruin made Green Room. Yeah, like that's his bigger movie. Green Room is fantastic if you haven't seen that, Chris.
Yeah.
Wait, so it's literally just different colored rooms? That's
no,
what titles are?
Blue Ruin. No. Blue Ruin is.
Oh,
I
thought you were saying. No. They were saying Blue Room. I was like,
so
what?
I'll give you a rundown of the basic premise of Green Room. So it's this metal band, right? And they're traveling like on a road trip through the country, and they're just like trying to get to the next big town because that's where the gigs are. Well, they're in the middle of nowhere, and they ran out of money, and so they take this gig at a Nazi biker bar.
Like neo-Nazi.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Like a neo-Nazi, biker bar. And so while they're there, somebody sees somebody murdered. And so because they see it, they're like, you guys aren't leaving. And so they lock themselves in the green room because these guys are after them, and they basically have to like fight their way out. But there's this huge gang. And the leader of the gang is
Anton Yelkin.
No. It's I'm talking about the neo-Nazi gang.
Oh, Patrick
Stewart. Professor X.
What the heck?
Yeah.
So, wait, what is he, old dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the heck, bro?
It's a really good movie. It's super, like, the thing I like about this director is, like, the choices that his characters make aren't stupid. Like, they're not just, like, whatever. You know? And the characters, the characters are realistic. Like, in Blue Ruin, this guy's like, I need a gun. And then he gets this gun, and when he, like actually has the person at gunpoint, he misses. And so the guy who gave him the gun is like, well, seeing as you missed at like 2 yards, I think we should move you to a like buckshot. And so he gives him a shotgun. You know what I mean? Like it's like stuff like that. It just makes sense. And he's like, but I don't think you want he's like, I don't think you want slug rounds because you'll miss. Like, it just tightens it up so much that you're probably gonna miss. Like, it's just like stuff like that. I'm like, dude, this guy, it makes sense.
Yeah, dude. Well, that's the thing. Like, I feel like a lot of movies, their goal is to sort of like subvert expectations nowadays. Like, they always want to make you think one thing and then they'll do something entirely different. Like, that's been a very serious trend lately.
Yeah.
And it bugs the crap out of me because, like, you kind of want to see, like, you want to make sure, like, you feel like the or the audience feels like they're actually, like, they know what the character is gonna do because they know the character, right?
Yeah.
A little bit of, like,
because
what?
I've been brainstorming ideas the last like couple of weeks, so I got some crazy concepts. I feel like.
I mean, because like a couple twists and turns there is completely fine, but like, I don't know, man. Sometimes like you'll watch a movie and they just do something stupid, and you're like, why would you like? Even like sometimes Breaking Bad's like that, where like you think a character's gonna do something, and then like they just come up something out of their butt, like they just make something entirely like random. You're like, oh, okay, you're making a battery out of stuff you found in your RV. Like, all right, I guess. Like,
so check this out. So I'll admit that I feel like desert type settings has been a big influence on me because obviously I'm in New Mexico now, so like I'm paying more attention to like
the
environment here and stuff. But I had this idea so it takes place in like the near future, okay? And there's like a detective. There's two detectives working together, right? One of them's like a rookie detective, just transferred from a different department, and they're trying to solve the murders of a serial killer, right? They're trying to find the serial killer. Very Seven vibey, not with like the commandment stuff, but very like two partners new to each other, But the whole twist is going to be that the rookie detective is actually the killer and he's solving his own murders, and this is all inside his head through a new like technology program where like you can basically like take a criminal, plug it into their head, make them think there's somebody else, and get them to basically give you all the details of the murders.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing is,
so it's like Inception, but like it's like Inception meets Seven.
Does the audience know throughout the entire movie, or is it towards the end?
No, he finds out at the end because the whole thing is going to be every time they go to catch the killer, you don't see his face, and at the end he finally catches him, and it's him, and he's like, "What the fuck?" Like it just.
Dude, that is so cool. You could make like a franchise out of that.
That's the thing. Cool. See, I when I look at stuff, I'm like, bro, like this needs to be like a one-off thing. Like you can't milk the concept. It just ruins it. But like I could, I gotta write that because I think that could be really good.
On an entirely different note, so I was looking into that thing about how it's okay. So there's a news story on Twitter that says over 60 people have been killed by lightning strikes in India on Sunday. Okay,
bro.
All right. Now I don't know how that many people die from lightning strikes in a day, but according to this thing on Twitter, it says at least 16 people were killed while taking selfies on top of a watchtower, and then another 35 were killed after being struck by lightning. And they're saying that deaths by lightning strikes have doubled since the 60s due to climate change.
Yeah.
That's literally, they're saying people die more often because of lightning strikes because of that. How? That's insane, dude.
I've actually, as soon as you said that, I pictured people in like a kumbaya circle, and then all of a sudden one person gets hit, and since they're all touching each other,
they're all just. Well, yeah. They were all taking selfies and stuff. Like, yeah.
That sounds. Man. That sounds like a. Is it Paul Thomas Anderson? Is that the guy who made Grand Budapest Hotel?
Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson. Yeah. Have you seen those movies, Chris? His movies.
I
love his type of humor.
I've been meaning to watch that. He also made Isle of Dogs.
Isle of Dogs. Yeah.
I haven't seen that, but I heard
you
was
haven't.
Good.
No. Dude, when I was working at Harkins, that was that movie was like in theaters, right? And I wanted to see it so bad, dude. It looked so good.
Yeah, we gotta watch that. Because it's always the same actors. I'm down. I mean, we offered to watch something with you, and you're like, nah, I'd watch stuff myself. So that's why.
What was it?
True Detective.
Yeah, but
Dude, I'm telling
I'm not
you.
really interested. I wanted to watch iCarly, and then you
That-
watched it on your own,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I'm gonna watch any more of that. It's a waste of time. It's
Dang
dog
it,
shit.
man.
They should have just
Genie,
gave.
we're gonna
They should have gave Freddie and
Spencer.
Spencer their own show. Screw everybody
Yeah.
else.
yeah.
Yeah, but they always have their freaking their B plots
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And
I'm sure Miranda
I don't know.
Cosgrove's
Watching it,
happy
too.
because like her career lately has just been music videos and shit. So she's probably happy to get a big
Yeah.
yeah.
gig.
It feels like tonally, it's just like really confused with itself because it's like trying to be edgy.
Like
and then
yeah,
it's, like,
but it doesn't
not.
fully commit. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it rides the line of like being a little more adult, but I wouldn't consider it. I would be like it went from being PG to PG-13.
Yeah.
You know?
Barely PG-13,
Yeah.
I feel like.
How much
Just
does
barely.
Spencer? How much does Spencer cuss in the show?
He said like damn or I think he said hell once, and then
Ooh.
I think Miranda Cosgrove said the word bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's probably
There
the
was,
most
like-
edgy
my.
thing.
Did you watch the robot episode, the robot wedding one?
I only
with
watched the
Neville?
first. I think I watched the first 3 episodes.
Okay, yeah. They like really like so I guess the black friend is like lesbian. They really push like I'm a lesbian. I'm a lesbian. Oh,
Yeah,
white
I
people
noticed
and
that,
straight
yeah.
people. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I
It was,
noticed
like,
that.
It's
off the rails in the robot episode. It was
Yeah.
off the rails. It was
Wow.
like
Well,
not even funny.
See, you know what though? I bet you if Jeanette McCurdy was in the show, like she would be saying a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
that, like,
she'd be the raunchiest one for
Hilarious,
sure.
yeah.
she would be great. Yeah.
But
And,
I mean,
and of course, they brought on a bunch of actors that nobody really wanted to see back, and then they brought back 2 that were decent, and then but everything else just sucks, man.
Like, the
that's
thing-
what I was
Yeah.
hearing.
did you watch the first episode, Chris?
No, that's what I want to
Okay,
watch it.
so-
I've just mainly heard
Oh,
reviews
okay.
and stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna spoil it, but the best thing that that has happened so far on the show was Spencer got pepper sprayed, and so he's like, I can't see, and so he's having Freddie do anything for him. So like he's like
Oh,
giving him
yeah.
stuff, and like he's doing this like Pilates thing, and like Freddie's making sure he doesn't like hit anything or fall over, but the whole time he's been
Yeah.
faking that he's blind still. So like,
It's funny.
he's like, bro, this whole time, like,
Dude,
and he's like,
that's
come on, Freddie, it was special.
Yeah.
yeah, dude. If they had their own show, I guarantee it would be like 20
Yeah.
times better because stuff like that's kind of that's just how dudes are though, bro.
Honestly,
like that's
dude.
the thing.
Just give Spencer his own show and just let him cuss. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Let him say
I
let him
think-
say the F word.
I think Freddie would be good to pair with him. Dude, what was that one dude that worked at like the smoothie place? What was it, Tebow or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know if he's in it.
Oh,
He was funny,
yeah.
He was good, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw a clip where there was some episode where he saw like Michelle Obama's in it.
Yeah.
And he's all flirting with her and stuff. He's all, oh hey, she's married. Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's married.
On iCarly? She's on iCarly?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like Carly. Yeah, like the original.
Oh, shit.
So I
Yeah.
was gonna say, yeah, we should definitely do. I'll do a Grand Budapest watch party. That movie's
Yeah.
fantastic. That like, there's so many little like. I love the type of humor he has, where like it's just like it's ridiculous, but the way they say it is like, I don't know. It's just like straight up, you
Yeah.
know. Like they're like there's this one scene where like they're like going through like a like an AC vent to escape or something like that from like jail, and like the one dude like the door opens on the vent, and so the guys look up, the guards, and he just jumps down and starts shanking everybody, but he dies in the process, and so it's like like it's so funny, dude.
Alright.
Like,
Genie, you've seen Taxi Driver before, right?
No, I've seen like the first 20 minutes.
You haven't seen Taxi Driver, bro?
I know. But that writer is like, I'm a big fan of his because he did that one First Reformed. Have you heard of that one?
I've heard of
With
it, but
Ethan
I've never
Hawke
seen it.
as a priest. Okay, like, and the writer is like really like he's like this grumpy old man, right? Like it's Paul Schrader, and he has this Facebook page that I don't think he realizes is public, and he treats like a diary, like a Twitter.
Oh
and he, like,
no!
And so he says, like, I had a dream about a very nice Asian woman who I'm thinking of casting in my film or something
No,
like
bro.
that. 100 people like
Dude.
like it in a comment section. on it, and then apparently his new movie focus features said like you cannot post on Facebook anymore if you want like some kind of like you put some kind of limit on it, and
That's
he's
funny.
still like doing it regardless.
Oh no, dude.
It's very
Dude.
funny.
That actually, so you know, we've been playing Clash Royale a lot, okay?
Okay.
Oh,
And,
dude, that game frustrates the hell out of me.
Bro, I'm super toxic on there. Like I just spam
dude.
emotes, and I found out there's a limit on the amount of emotes that you could say, bro. I kept laughing at this dude for like 5 minutes straight, and finally, the match was over, and it was just me and him just like laughing at each other, right? And eventually, it just said emote limit reached, and I couldn't say anything else, man. And he kept laughing at me.
Bro, I wish there was more you could say like nice if you could say nice move, because in a lot of games like that where they're turn based, like you could say like nice move, and that's always the most toxic thing because somebody will like screw up and you just go nice move. But dude, like there's the two emotes that I use all the time. It's well, there's three. So there's the cry face where the guy's like crying, and he's like and then like the laughing
thumbs
one,
up as well.
the thumbs up, yeah. Like the guy, like he'll totally like he'll sound like an army of things, and I just put down one thing and it just decimates the whole thing, and I'm just like,
yeah. I like whenever I like. Okay, I'm petty. So what'll happen is like I'll do something like that and I'll just put oops.
Yeah. Bro,
yeah,
I felt like such an idiot this morning. I played one round and like there was 2 seconds left and I had just destroyed the guy's building, and then he dropped a thing on it and killed my other one. So I was like laughing. I was like, aha, and then like 2 seconds he wins, and I was like, and he does the laughing thing. I was like, fuck you, dude.
Well, the thing is that game is like, honestly, it's like 60% luck, because when you load in, if your deck is not set up a certain way, you could totally get screwed over.
Dude, I mean, go ahead.
I usually do like the giant skeleton and then a hog raider, and I put them on both paths to split up the person's stuff. And because even if they put like a skeleton army on one of them, the other one's going to get to the building. Yeah. Usually it like confuses them, and then they end up focusing on one side, and so one of their buildings gets taken out.
I'm a very hard pusher. I'll put down if I start with the P.E.K.K.A. card, which is like there's the mini P.E.K.K.A., which is like the guy with a ton of armor, does crazy damage and has like a lot of armor, but they cost a lot of points. There's the 7.1 where he's like a giant version of it.
Yeah,
dude, that guy can destroy a building in like 10 seconds by himself. Yeah. And so like if I have him first, I'll spawn him. And then I'll throw like archers behind them or something that can throw some ranged melee to like shoot things out of the sky, because that's what they always do with that one. They try to put stuff in the sky, or they put the skull army, which is a bunch of little guys that are like one hit, but there's a ton of them, so like they can swarm them and get them quick. If they do that, I have a 2-point potion that just drops lightning on them for a second, and it's just enough damage to kill all the skull guys. So
I use arrows because it does more damage, doesn't it?
I think it does, but they're slower to shoot. But what I was also going to say is I just unlocked this thing, and I'm debating on rotating it because it's 6 points, so I would have to like downgrade some other stuff. But it's literally like a ranged bow, like a big bow. Like you set it down, it's like a tripod. Yeah, is that
the X-bow?
Yeah, it's like so you can set that up at the line where you start, and it can hit the building. And so if you set that down and protect it, it'll just decimate one building. It's
dude. Well, I'm mad because there's Smurfs on that game. I don't know if they do it on purpose or what, but like, yeah, dude. Because I was on there, right, and I'm in like arena 6, or actually at the time it was in arena 5, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna spawn in, my baby dragon and the skeleton dragons or whatever, right, and this guy spawns in like a giant who has an AoE thing where it's legit just like electricity, and it kills anything that gets near it. Like, it's so broken, and it's a giant enemy, so it punches buildings, and it does like 300 damage. So it's like super overpowered.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I haven't even unlocked that yet. You're so far ahead of me. Why are you here? Like, some of the stuff that happens in the game is so stupid.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say it's Smurf. I would say that there's just people who suck to the point where they'll like basically lose so many matches that they're lower than they should be. Sure. And they have more stuff unlocked, and they have higher level stuff. They just suck at strategy. Because I'll destroy those guys all the time.
what's entirely possible is that maybe they go into the lower arena so they can get more chests.
You don't though. You get lower chests for stuff that you're not gonna want to use. Like it pisses me off when I go down like a certain amount of trophies because I'll start getting cards in the chest that are for people I don't even like, cards I don't care about.
Oh, that reminds me. What the heck is up with those clan battles? They suck.
Yeah, I don't even understand how they work.
Dude,
how do you get extra stuff from those?
You have to destroy a tower
to get any rewards.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so I've never done that. But I was also gonna say, do you buy the pass? If you buy the battle pass, it's crazy. Like,
I'm going to. I have that Google rewards thing where like you do surveys and it gives you Google Play Store credit.
Yeah.
And I'm at like $4.50 right now. So
okay.
I'm almost there.
So speaking of so I applied for their creator code thing, so that'd be dope.
Right.
I don't know if I get anything for it, but I could like get early access to stuff and make content about it, so that'd be cool. Because like I said, I want to stream it. I honestly haven't done the research to figure out how to just plug in my phone and have it display on the screen. Like everything I've seen that I look up, people just have the mobile thing. Like you can't see a face cam. And I'm like, bro, I want to be able to have the phone and the face cam. I know you can do it, but nobody seems to like show how to do it.
It's just based on your overlay though, is it not?
Right, but what I'm saying is like all the videos I find for like streaming mobile games, they are like screen mirroring with their phone and they don't have a face cam. It's like I want to do it with a face cam.
I'm pretty sure it's just a capture card.
A capture card, but what do you plug into the capture card? You like an HDMI to Lightning?
Whatever. Yeah, I would assume
okay.
So. I mean, I haven't personally tried it, but I know they sell them at Best Buy. So.
Well, I just got a $50 reward certificate, so I'll probably.
Oh, from the Switch stuff, or
yeah. So they had like a thing where you spend $200, you get $50 back. So I was like, well, I need some GoPro gear. Little Ben's been itching for some new games. And
nice.
And yeah. I've been looking into sponsors for the podcasts, and one of them that I looked at was Quip, and they're like an electronic toothbrush thing. And so I got that, and what it is like you brush, and if you brush for full 2 minutes, you get a point, and then like after the second day, you get 2 points. But then like you get like a streak where you get 5 points for like doing a whole week without missing brushing day and night. And with those points, you can cash them in for gift cards and stuff.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, but it's called Quip, and it's an electronic toothbrush, but it's super easy like to travel with. And
is it one of those vibrating ones?
Yeah, they're like $50.
I've been wanting one of those for a while, dude.
They're like $50, and then like they send battery and I think brush refills for like $5 a month or something, like, or $5 a refill, and like they last like 3 months. So you only need to spend $20 a year on your toothbrush, which honestly, like if you're caring about your teeth and changing out your toothbrush, it's close to that. But I would say you get even more back from this because like you earn points.
Are they waterproof? I would assume so, right?
Waterproof. Oh. It comes in this little like, it looks like a test tube, but when you take the cap off, the cap is like a holder for it, like a stand.
Oh my god, that's so high tech.
They sell them at Best Buy for like $50. But dude, like I said, I'm gonna try it, and then I'm gonna reach out to them, be like, hey, like I tried out your toothbrush, really like it. I want to recommend it to, my YouTube audience and my TikTok audience, and I feel like the TikTok audience is gonna sell that. You know what I mean? I'll be like, hey,
yeah,
yeah, dude. We'll see. I would totally be down to try that. That sounds dope.
So that and the
was it Death Water?
The Death Water. Those are the two like sponsorships that I want to reach out to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
you were saying something about how Warzone was dying before we started.
Oh yeah, we definitely got to talk about that.
Tell me about that.
So Warzone, Warzone, people are paying attention to the numbers, and they've seen about a third of the PC player base leave now. In the last like month. And in the last 7 days, they've seen about 30% of console players leave because people found out that hacks are now coming to console. And so with no anti-cheat coming, that's the end, bro. It's just not gonna, like, they're gonna take over the game. Like once hackers start to like be like, 20% of the player base, like it's just nobody's gonna play it.
I will never understand what hackers get out of doing stuff like that, because if you're not good at the game, there's no satisfaction in hacking. Like, it just means that you suck so bad that you have to like
No,
abuse the system, dude.
I will tell you right now what it is. It is just people who have fun ruining other people's games. It's legit just miserable people who they don't have fun playing it normally. So they take that aspect of it, and then also the aspect that if they pay however much money for these cheats, they can literally just go in and just ruin people's games. And to them, that is hilarious. So they can just sit there on top of like a hill and just snipe people from like a mile away because they know exactly where their head is. Like, it's just, or like, dude, it's so funny because like I want to make a skit on it, dude, about how I thought about it, but I don't know how to execute it. But it would be like, dude, this guy's hacking. He's got this. He's got that. And the guy's like, nah, dude, he's got this new hack. It's called magnetic bullets. Like, you shoot somebody in the foot and the bullet just goes straight up to their head. Like, it just, like some ridiculous thing. It's like, God damn, bro, these hacks are getting out of control. Like, it's just ridiculous stuff,
Yeah. That I don't know what hacks can you even get in Warzone? Is it just like
it's ridiculous.
aimbot, or?
Wall hacks, aimbot.
I saw a video of CS:GO where a terrorist had spawned in the counter-terrorist spawn point and just mows the entire team down right at the start of the round. Like, it's so easy to hack video games now. It's sad.
Yeah, they'll literally drop in, grab like a bounty, and then they'll use the aimbot and the wall hacks to like find the bounty, shoot him, get a bunch of money, get their loadout. Repeat the process. Like, they literally just, they're invincible. Well, they're not invincible, because it's funny because you see they still lose. Like, sometimes they'll still lose at the end, and it's like, bro, you're that bad. You literally have hacks and you still can't win.
Well, you know what game is really, really like bad for hacks? GTA. That is probably the worst, because there's people who will use God mode and stuff like that. And in some cases, it's not even hacks. It's just like exploits and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But it's like they'll get on their little like flying motorcycle that has missiles on it and just follow people and shoot at them. And then like somebody will get a jet and like ram into them. And the person will fly off the bike and then get back up. No damage done. It's so stupid.
Yeah, but maybe this will become a highlight, because with the new editor that I have, I told him, I was like, for me, I feel like it's really easy to do highlights. It takes me like 10 minutes to make a thumbnail and upload a highlight from the podcast. So I'm in charge of what's going to be a highlight now. And I think it's safe to say that Warzone is officially on its way out. I don't think it comes back from that.
Well, Apex doesn't have ranked for arena, does it?
No, but as soon as it does, I'm telling you right now, I think that could like be the next big thing. I think people will jump on that when it happens. And I'm excited because it's not out yet. And I'm like, dude, if it comes out right when I get my new PC, I will put it in a goddamn mode for like 24 hours, dude.
Yeah.
24 hours. Because I guarantee you the one thing that holds people back from watching my stream when I play it is that it gets super choppy like every time we load in, and it's super annoying. Because like it's just like, it looks like crap for like the first 10 seconds.
Yeah. And
it's hard to watch. Like, I look over, I'm like, dude, like it literally like it stutters when I'm like moving. I'm like, I can't play this. Like I can't stream this. Like, knowing that people are watching it and it's that choppy.
Yeah.
So I am a little confused. So you're sure that it's your graphics card or like your PC, and not like a setting with OBS or something?
It's not simple. So the thing is that it is a CPU intensive game, and because I have a 1080 Ti and I don't have a graphics card that has a dedicated streaming encoder, I'm using my CPU to encode my stream and broadcast it. Since it's a CPU intensive game, like very CPU intensive, it has an impact on my stream quality because I'm using the CPU at 100% for both.
Oh.
So if I get a graphics card like the 3080, which I am, and it has a dedicated streaming encoder, so I can use that streaming encoder to stream my stream, now the CPU can use 100% of its potential for the game.
Nice.
Perfect.
So it's a game changer.
Get it.
Yep. And like I said, hopefully with the next 2 weeks. And I'm doing a 24-hour stream. Like, as soon as I get from acting class, I'm posting my TikToks, doing a 24-hour stream. Because I've been itching to do one. I ordered it 2.5 weeks ago, and they said it was going to be about 2.5 to 3 weeks ago, and they said it was going to be about 30 to 35 business days. And so in the next 2 weeks, we're right around that point. And like I said, they basically said it's going to be like, they have like stages. They have like processed, payment processed, order queued, and then they have like being built, quality assurance, and then fifth is like packaged and shipping, and then 6 is shipped. And right now it's still in stage 1, which is payment process. But they said it'll literally go from like stage 1 to stage 6 in like a 3-day period. So I'm just waiting for it to. And I got overnight shipping. I paid like the $40 to have it shipped overnight or something.
That's worth it.
So
That's
it's I think it was $80 or something. But I was like, yeah, dude, it's worth it to get it now, because as soon as I get that, I can render the podcast in like half the time almost, because like the 5900X is it's better at rendering specifically.
That reminds me, you have a 3700X, don't you?
39.
What?
I have a 3900X.
Oh, that's going in my PC for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy crap, dude. That's insane. Yeah. Dude, you know what was sad? We went to the Best Buy in Phoenix, and yeah, dude, like massive store. There was basically nothing in terms of like computer parts that was worth getting.
Yeah,
like,
no, I went to Best Buy today, and
CPUs,
there was no graphics cards at the Best Buy I went to yesterday.
Yeah.
They had tons of Ryzen 7s.
Dude, I'm just confused, because wouldn't it make more sense to put the graphics cards in store as opposed to online?
No.
Why do you say that?
Because you're cutting out the middleman. It's cheaper because like Best Buy has to take a profit if they're going to sell it in store. Like they take a bigger cut. Because it costs money to get it from the warehouse to the store and on the shelf. Whereas if you just straight ship it to the consumer, it just goes from the warehouse to the person's hands.
So what you're saying is Best Buy is greedy.
No, so what I'm saying is that because of the supply shortage and because of the high demand, the supply shortage, they're going to take advantage of making more money by just shipping it straight to the consumer. Because they can make even more.
Okay, but
so it's not Best Buy, it's Nvidia.
No, because Best Buy is the ones actually selling the.
But Best Buy can't get their hand on enough supply. Is what I'm saying. Like they can't get their hands on it because they're not giving it to them.
I don't know. To me, like
sorry.
Okay, here's the thing. All right, if you're trying to get the cards to people who actually need them, not people who are mining, not people who are going to scalp the cards. I mean, people who are going to use them for gaming and like, professional workloads like video editing or stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
You would sell it in store because it's much easier to keep track of who's buying the cards. So if somebody walks up to customer service holding two 3060s and a 3080, you're able to tell them, no, pick one and that's it, right? Whereas if somebody's online, they got, 3 computers, all with like 9 VPNs and 8 Chrome tabs and stuff like that, just going full Matrix mode, buying a bunch of cards, setting them to different addresses so that they can't be like tracked down and stuff like that. And it's stupid, because what that does is it prevents people like me from getting a card. Like I just want a 3080 and that's it. But I can't get one because people are freaking selfish.
Well, I want an aftermarket 3080 Ti. Like I want something that's been modified by like Asus or something like that. So
like one of the partner cards.
I mean, if they made, because like I don't know I haven't looked into cards enough, but if they made an SC, what is it, SC2 is what I have, where it has like more thermal sensors so it can control the temps better, and it's it's overclocked a little bit factory. I would totally get that version of the 3080 Ti.
You would probably want to get that big chonky one that takes up like 3 slots or 4 slots, or I think it's 3 slots, 3.5 maybe. Because if you're worried about cooling, it's pure like mass pretty much. You just need as much metal as possible.
Well, we'll have to see how much room's in this PC that I get. But like I said, it comes with a 3080, which is already pretty beefy. So like all the 30 series cards are beefy as hell. So
what is the wattage on that? The 3080.
I
Give
don't
me an idea.
know. I don't.
Because for the 1080 Ti is like, I want to say it's like 150 to like 200 or something like that. But it's at 320. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think when I put in the parts that I had and the 3080, it recommended getting a new power supply as well.
Dang.
How do you guys feel about the power supplies that have like little RGB fans in them?
I have never paid attention to them. To me, a power supply is like not for looks. You don't see it.
Yeah.
Mm.
I can't tell if my power supply has an RGB in it, but like it's got like RGB on at all times pretty much, and I'm like okay with it. Like it's cool, but I don't know.
Wait, what do you got in your
I can do
PC?
without it.
3070?
3080.
80.
You got a 3080? God damn, bro.
Yeah. It was
You better be
pre-built though.
used-
That's like a
So is mine.
okay,
Literally, all I'm gonna do is swap out the graphics cards. I gotta look into it more, Chris, because I'll be honest, I'm a dummy when it comes to PC stuff. But when I get my new PC, all I have to do is put in my SSDs, and I'm like good to update everything and be good to go. Like I don't have to like
Pretty
do anything
much.
else.
If the worst that can happen is it might tell you to like buy a new Windows license or something, but
I'm pretty
chances of
sure
that
it comes
happening
with
are
one.
pretty low. Ooh.
Yeah, pre-built. I mean, they have to. I'm pretty sure pre-built computers are legally obligated to ship with Windows.
Okay, well then I would recommend taking that drive out that has the OS on it and saving it for like another computer. That way you don't have to buy another license.
Okay. I mean, I really don't care. I'm just gonna. I just want to plug it in and get going.
Yeah, I'm just saying because
I don't care. No, just
Jesus. No, I'm serious.
I don't know if I don't know if I'm ever
amount
gonna
of
build my own PC again. I think I'm just gonna go with pre-builts.
Well, I mean, if you were to like build a second one, or if you were to give one to Spicy or something like that.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean,
honestly,
obviously, like,
I'd probably just
I
give
can
her the
always
old
build it.
pre-built. You know.
Yeah.
The old pre-built. What do you mean?
Dude, I mean, she's been playing everything that she does, Minecraft, Raft, all that stuff. She's been playing it on my laptop that has like a 1070 in it.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Dude, I remember when you first got that thing and you were playing that one game with like it was like My Friend Something, right? With the banana.
My friend Pedro, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That's a fun
Genie,
game.
dude. So okay, when
Never heard of
Danny
that one.
when Danny first got onto PC, dude, he was like a kid in a candy store.
I was
No
buying
joke,
everything.
man. Dude,
Aw.
that's my most vivid memory from that. We were playing Killing Floor 2, right?
Mhm.
And it's like midnight. It's like we're sitting there just mowing down zombies, and he goes, "Dude, I love PC gaming."
Dude, I was like, it's so much better. Like, just
we were in the Discord server, and we were just blaring like synthwave with rhythm, like,
Yeah.
and he's just killing zombies.
Killing
It was
zombies,
so cool,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah, we gotta
Those are
do
the
that
days,
sometime.
bro.
We should definitely do some offline Killing Floor.
Yeah.
Let me see if I have that. I might.
Killing Floor
actually.
2, dude. If you don't have it, I think it's like $10.
Yeah.
It's a really
That
cheap
game's
game.
hard, dude.
Yeah, it gets
I have
hard.
Killing
But
Floor 1.
yeah,
but not
Killing
2.
Floor 2 is way better.
Okay.
They have a VR
Killing
one, and it's
Floor,
super weird. Dad tried to play it. He's like, I
What?
don't get this goddamn game. He's like, I don't understand. I was like, I don't either. Like, it's like a weird story mode thing. But yeah, no, I'm definitely down. Like that Killing Floor 2 is definitely one of those like shut your brain off, just kill zombies type of thing. Like to me, Killing Floor 2 it's like Nazi zombies without all the Easter egg stuff. Like it's just it's purely for fun. Like you're not trying. There's no objective except to survive.
They added Mule Kick.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, but
actually, I don't know if it's in the game yet, but I heard they're adding it, dude. The thing is, there's upgrades for it. So, is it possible that there's an upgrade that gives you a fourth weapon?
probably.
That
I could totally see that.
crazy.
Dude, but what I was gonna say is that, dude, I feel really like I'm sad right now because I love Call of Duty. Call of Duty, I people shit on it all the time, but to be honest, I mean, it's what got me into first-person shooters. Like, if it wasn't, I mean, Medal of Honor did, but Call of Duty's are really like Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. I've never been so addicted to a game. I think I got to like 7th prestige. That's the highest prestige I've ever gotten to in a Call of Duty. On Call of Duty 4.
I got some master prestige in zombies on Black Ops 3, and I regret it.
Yeah.
That's all I played for a year.
I've seen people like Call of Duty content creators right now are like struggling to figure out what to make content on. Like I know some people are like, I guess I'm just gonna switch to making Rebirth content. And it's like, but do people really care about that? Because Rebirth is you respawn, so it's like your guns, like they matter. Don't get me wrong, but like people just don't have the same enthusiasms that they do for Verdansk content, you know? Because Verdansk is one and done, you know.
All that I've really seen is like either people making fun of like stuff that happens in Warzone matches, like somebody getting juked or something like that, or it's people doing like game modes. So like it'll be like hide and seek or like vehicles only or whatever. Which Benjamins did that, and I gotta say, vehicles only by far
I've done that,
the most fun.
Yeah, I used to do it, but after a while it gets old, man. Like, because I mean, there's only so many.
Yeah.
Like it was fun. I did do that, but I mean, to be honest, the thing that really stopped me from playing Warzone anymore was the friends list. Because so many people have left the game.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like
sure.
half my friends list is not even active players, but if I delete one of them, it breaks the whole friends list. So like I can't clear out my friends list, and so like because of that, I can't do customs. When I do play Warzone, I struggle to find people who are actually playing Warzone and they're not just idle or playing Rebirth or you know what I mean. Like it's just I don't know. Like it's Fortnite frustrates me because like I get spammed with like I'll get like 50 friend requests in like a minute, and I have to find the people that said that they wanted to play first that I said would get in. But then sometimes their name shows up as a PlayStation name, and the name they gave me is an Epic name, and so this and that. So sometimes that's frustrating. But when I delete somebody on Fortnite, it doesn't break the friends list. And when I add somebody, they show up right away. I don't have to like go play a game and come back and hope that they finally show up on my friends list. You know what I mean? So I hope, and I without a doubt think that because of this, they're gonna come out with a Warzone 2. Like that's the plan. Like there's no way they're not gonna do a Warzone 2. And I feel like focus is shifted to that. I have very little faith that they are looking at Warzone as something that can still be successful again. I feel like they're like this Pacific map is, I mean, it's going to have a small influx of people, but that when people realize it's just, Warzone with World War II weapons added, they're just going to be like, it's still a broken ass game.
It is. Did Vanguard get delayed, by the way?
Nobody knows what the hell's going on with that game. We should see something soon. And if we don't, there's a chance it's been canceled. And if it's been canceled, what the hell are they going to do? Because they have nothing planned.
Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer or something.
I've heard that. If they did Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, I'd be obsessed with that. I'm going to be honest.
I'd play the crap out of it.
Yeah, if it's got all the old maps and stuff from Modern Warfare 2, yeah. Hard hat and
as long as they don't start putting in a bunch of crap like it did in Modern Warfare.
Yeah,
Remastered.
in Modern Warfare Remastered. Well, not only that, but just Modern Warfare 2019. Like when they added Crash, they added like little parts of the map that you could like get around now, and I was like, dude, that totally ruins the 3 lanes that you're supposed to have. Like, because that's good Call of Duty maps. Like, shoot the ship. The most popular map in some people say that saved multiplayer in Modern Warfare. Shoot the ship. And like some people literally have like 90% of their hours on the shoot the ship playlist.
Shoot the ship is just shipment, right?
No. Yeah. Oh no, sorry, not shoot the ship. It's
Shoot House.
That map.
Okay. Oh,
my bad.
That's the one where there's like that giant lot, right? And then it's like the. I know what you're talking about.
Classic 3-lane map.
Yeah.
If they have to look at that and be like, okay. So we need to stop experimenting with different ways to like build a map and just build 3-lane maps. Like just make 3-lane maps. If you make a game with a bunch of 3-lane maps, it's going to be the best Call of Duty multiplayer we've had in like a decade.
Isn't that like Treyarch that mostly does like the experimental crap, or like, oh, we've added all this verticality and all this crap. And it's like, dude, I just want to shoot somebody.
Treyarch has always been like, oh, we want you to be able to jump in a pool and shoot underwater and then jump out and like hop on a zip line and then do this and then close a door and it's like, dude, nobody cares about that stuff. They just want to shoot people. Like this is not like a strategy game where you have to like they act like you're gonna stack up on each other like Rainbow Six and like breach a door. Like nobody does that in Call of Duty.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I mean,
Wow.
like I love Treyarch. Like they're the reason that zombies exists in that franchise. But my God, dude,
Okay.
they have serious issues these days. Like no joke.
This is how they save Call of Duty. Okay. I'm gonna say it right now. This is how they save it. They have this year's a fluke. Okay. Let's just say Vanguard is poo poo. They already got to start preparing for the future. What they do is they make a badass Modern Warfare 2 sequel to the 2019 one.
Right.
They do the multiplayer right with 3-lane maps. They launch a new Warzone with anti-cheat. Okay. And, obviously learn from all the mistakes they made with the first Warzone. And then Treyarch the following year comes out with a straight up, just a full-on zombies game. The campaign has to do with zombies. The multiplayer would be like they could do a multiplayer where like people turn into zombies, but then the main part of the game, the main focus is just zombie maps. If they did that, I'm telling you right now, Call of Duty people would be like, why didn't they do this years ago?
But
like that would be 2 back-to-back years. Just
it needs to be
an
entirely new story. I hate this freaking garbage with the multiverse crap. I'm sorry. It's so stupid that they ever did this. Black Ops 3, actually technically it was Black Ops 2 that did this, right? But when they started introducing like, we have the original crew, but they're from a different timeline where it happened in World War One instead, and this crap, and Rick Top is not crazy, and Samantha suddenly has an American accent. It's like, what the heck is happening, dude? I liked original, people who are just completely out of their minds because they were being affected by like the radiation from Element 115 in World at War and Black Ops. That was great. That crew was awesome. The maps were great. It was a lot more.
I still think World at War was
there was such a good charm to it, dude. Like it's exactly what it was.
It was so simple too.
You know why? You know why? There was mystery to it. It was just, hey, the zombies are Nazi experiments. Ooh, like everyone was like, oh, that's freaking crazy. How did this happen? Do you
These
remember
little Easter eggs? Like just the little Easter eggs. It wasn't nothing crazy.
I remember always being told when you hit round 100, there's zombie Hitler and he has Panzer Shreks. And I was like, that's freaking sick. And nobody could get to round 100 legit because everyone sucked at the game.
And then when somebody finally did and it wasn't there, like,
They were like, you cheated, that's why. Hitler. Yeah, it's fake.
There was little stuff like Shino Numa, right? There was
the radios.
There was the radios that you could turn on so you could hear like the stuff. There was Peter was the guy who was at the outpost before he got there and he hung himself, right? Like And so he's hanging there. And if you I can't remember what it was, but if you shoot his body or whatever, like so many times to do this, his body falls. And if you go near it, it kills you.
Yeah.
So like stuff like that was like, what the hell? And then all of a sudden like, boom, it kills you. You're like, what the fuck? Like, dude, like that type of stuff was exciting. Not like, okay, so we need you to shoot this thing from up here and then go down and like knife a teddy bear and then go over to the furnace and throw a grenade inside and do this.
Grab the Necronomicon and just start. Yeah, like what the heck, man?
It's like, bro,
dude,
that's not why people got excited. It was just the little things.
Zombies probably peaked when they blew up the Earth, because how are you supposed to go past that? Like, you're on the moon, you blow up the planet, the story's over, bro. Like, that's it.
I did like Black Ops 2 and how like was it Transit brought you to that one part where it was like lava and stuff. Now, like, I think Black Ops 2 was where I checked out. After that, I was just not excited by zombies anymore.
Yeah, I mean, Mob of the Dead was a cool map, but
I
think Black Ops, I still have no idea what role it played.
I think Black Ops 1 was peak zombies. Like, as far as like the excitement.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, Shangri-La, bro. That map scared the crap out of me.
My favorite map was still the one with George Romero.
Call of the Dead?
Yeah, that was a fantastic map.
They remastered it in Black Ops 4,
but didn't they take George Romero out?
No George Romero. Why would you do that? That was like the coolest part of the map.
It's because he died and there was probably licensing rights. You know,
Probably.
the people who were in charge of all this stuff probably wanted more money, and they were just like, we just can't. It's not worth it.
That if they did a remaster of those maps instead of trying to reimagine them, it would be much better.
The guns too, like it's just, I mean, Vietnam era guns. There's something about them, you know.
Yeah, although I will say, World at War, the only thing that it has that no other like zombies game has, the freaking flamethrower. When you would pack a punch it, it was like nitro cooled. That was so cool, dude.
Yeah.
Like
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there was little things. Now it's just like, all right, you can pack a punch a million times and do this and do that.
Yeah.
It's just too much to it. Like they need to just do like a straight up fresh reboot. And like I said, if they make a whole game out of it, like there's people who have never really gotten into zombies that would get into it if they did it right. And like I said, they need to like keep it simple, fresh slate, little Easter eggs, little plot line. Like it's not the main focus. The main focus is just who can get to the highest round.
Here's the thing. So what they need to do is they need to go back to the original premise they had, which is, it's Nazi experiments, right? Because that's cool. It's you put a bunch of conspiracy theories in there and stuff like that. That's what they did. And that was what was cool about it. There's a lot of mystery around it, right? The characters, they don't need to have giant backstories or anything like that. You make it fresh but familiar, right?
Yeah.
Because with Cold War, it's fresh and it's still familiar, but it's like it's too familiar. You're bringing in old characters, you're bringing in enemies from maps from like Black Ops 3 and stuff like that, and then you're adding in like these weird like what the heck? There was like some purple like ghost thing that shoots lightning at you and stuff like that.
I don't know.
That's not a zombie. That's just that's just something stupid. Like, why is that in the game?
So I have two things I want to say real quick. One other thing I forgot to mention that has been on my mind this whole time is that I also think Call of Duty would benefit big time from going to by going to a 2-year game cycle. So like Modern Warfare gets content for 2 years. Black Ops 15 gets content for 2 years. Like they need to have these games cook in the oven another like a year longer to iron out some of these stupid concepts that get like completely thrown out and then they have to completely redo it. You know what I mean? Like there's definitely
put that thing
like
back in. It's not done yet.
Yeah, like if if Black Ops Cold War had another year, we would have gotten a much better game, you know, for sure. Like there would have been like it wouldn't be bare bones.
Honestly, I think probably one of the most disappointing things about that game was the campaign. It was not long enough.
I thought it was it was they played it safe. It was interesting what they did. Like I see where they were going with it. There was some interesting stuff in there, like where you're like, you know, playing like a double agent type of person. Like they did that in an early Call of Duty game, so it was cool to like have that little throwback type of mission.
Yeah, but they made it seem like Vietnam was going to be a huge part of it, and it was like what 2 missions or something like that. I was like, I wanted more of that. That was cool.
I really like the idea that was it Adler or that somebody turns into Shepard. That's a really cool concept. But from Modern Warfare 2.
You're saying one of the characters from Cold War turns into Shepard?
I can't remember who, but yeah,
I don't think
because they put Captain Price in Cold War.
I don't like that though.
I don't either.
Stupid.
Yeah, it's definitely
I got to try to link them, but like,
it's totally a gimmick.
Yeah. He would have to be like what 50 in order for that to happen.
Yeah,
actually no, at least 60 actually.
So I was gonna also mention there is a Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I think it's specifically Modern Warfare movie in the works, and the guy who's directing it is the guy who made Sicario 2. So I'm excited to see what comes out of that, because Sicario 2, all the military stuff was good, but I think they could really they could legit take the concept of zombies, like the storyline, to a certain point. Okay, after a certain point it gets ridiculous.
Sure,
but they could totally make a movie out of that. Totally.
Yeah, although
and give more backstory. You know, show the stuff happen. Show the experiments.
Totally
show it go wrong.
I'm surprised there's not a Minecraft movie. How did that not happen?
I don't know, but I mean that's like they totally just get some big actors like Chris Pratt. So you know what I mean? Like they get some people to play the 4 people. You know?
Yeah. Dude, Chris Pratt would be good as Dempsey.
I don't know. I was just he was just the name I threw out.
I mean, but I think he would actually be okay for that.
I want to see like Keanu Reeves, Chris Pratt, or like
Christoph Waltz as Richtofen, dude.
yeah, that'd be dope.
That would be perfect.
Whoa,
That'd be
killer.
so good,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
I don't know.
David could do a killer
But-
role.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely worried that Call of Duty is just gonna be pooped on for the next like year. You know, like bad.
Well, if the next Battlefield sucks, then we'll be fine.
I think Battlefield knows what the hell they're doing. I think they came to realization that like people don't want, like they want Battlefield 4 it saw a huge explosion of playership once 2042 like gameplay got shown, because people miss that modern combat feel, and this is just enough in the future to make it different, but it's still very modern. And so, and not only that, but Genie, I don't know if you want to talk about any of that stuff, the Battlefield stuff.
Oh yeah, no, of course, I'm happy to.
Are you allowed to?
I think yeah.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
I'm not, the only thing I'm not allowed to say is like what we will see at the thing. Which, by the way, did they reach out to you?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna send a follow-up email today.
Okay.
Well, to be fair though, I don't. How do they actually pick people? That's like
I don't know, but the thing is like if they're so like I want to know more about this hazard zone mode, because I think it has the potential to like be the next big thing.
Yeah,
because they're basically taking the Tarkov concept and making it simpler and more appealing to the casual player. And so if they do that right, like that's a hit right there. That's something different, but like addicting enough. Because the concept of Tarkov, like there's so much to do. The way that the game works is very addicting. But like, I mean, I don't know. I know Chris saw, but like the last time I played Tarkov, we had a squad of 5. And like, I mean, it's just chaos, bro. Like you start hearing gunshots and somebody's like, no, that's me. And then like, so I don't shoot a guy that's in front of me and it turns out to be a player. They shoot me and then shoot my teammate. And it's just like, there's so much confusion.
I wonder if that game would benefit from not having friendly fire on, because I feel like it gets really confusing.
Yeah, I think the whole point is that like it's that easy to like kill a teammate by accident, you know, like it's like walking through the fog and you shoot at whatever you see. And
yeah, but there's a certain point where realism just gets annoying.
See, but that's the thing, is like the developer of this game straight up said, I don't want you to have fun playing this game. I want it to be a stressful experience. I want it to make you pissed off, because when it feels like that, when you get good at it, or you get out and like get good loot, like it feels that much more rewarding.
Yeah.
So,
and it's like real life. So,
dude, I mean, you literally have to perform self-surgery on yourself,
dude.
in the game.
I'm sorry. That game is realistic to a point. I still remember there was a time we loaded in and Danny pulls out like 10 jars of mayonnaise and starts eating them so he can get his metabolism skill up. What do you like? Why? Why is that a mechanic?
Wow.
I don't know if that's a thing
10 jars
anymore.
of mayonnaise.
Yeah, literally, he was eating mayonnaise.
I was just sitting
like,
yeah, all I hear is him.
I'd kill myself.
And I'm like, dude, could you cut it out? I want to play the game. He's all, I'm trying to get my metabolism up. I'm like, what are you doing?
I'm literally slamming jars of mayo for like 5 minutes in the game, like hiding in a corner, just eating mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we died too, didn't we? I think it wasn't even worth it.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I mean, my mayonnaise.
Yeah, because I spent mayonnaise was expensive because everybody knew that that's what you use to get your metabolism up easy, and so
that's so gross.
The flea market is completely different too. You have to be level 20 to unlock it now. I'm like level 4, so I got a ways to go. But once you unlock the flea market, like then you can like sell all the shit that you find in raid and like use the money to like buy the shit that you want. Like because GPUs are probably the most like sought after thing right now in the game, because that's how you start a Bitcoin farm.
Yeah. Anyways, do you guys want to go ahead and wrap things up?
Yeah, I gotta get going. We got stuff to do. We gotta go pick up the cat. I would like to stream today. You guys play some Valorant with me today?
Right now?
Not right now.
I'll stream it. I'll probably stream it.
Are you free the rest of the day, Genie?
Yeah, I have a call at like 12:30. I gotta take, and then.
Oh yeah, you're good.
The rest,
so we can pick up the cat anywhere from like 2 to 5. So like, cause the lady who does the adoption stuff over at the PetSmart, she's like a volunteer, but she's taking the cat to go get his rabies shot.
Okay.
And then we can go pick the cat up. So I don't know exactly what time, but I plan on streaming after we get home. So,
I'm pretty sure Genie
gonna be
has like
late.
a dump. He has a dump scheduled for like 4:30 or something like that. So just be aware of
oh, okay. Yeah.
But it's
dude,
gonna be a sad dump because I'm gonna have to hobble over to the fucking.
that.
Oh my
Oh no, I'm sorry.
I was like, no, I was like hopping around and
Now,
shit. I was like,
I just feel bad.
no, it's funny. I mean, yeah, you're right.
I wanted to talk about one thing before I go.
Yeah.
Did you guys both watch the vlogs? The vlogs that I did?
Yes.
I didn't get a chance to.
I watched all 3.
Got any feedback for me? Be honest. So if there's one thing I would
go
do
more
different,
places, just do it more.
yeah. So the one complaint I got is that people were like, it didn't need to be 3 parts, but I was trying to get it out as fast as I could, and so like I split it up so that like I could get something out, finish the rest, get something out, finish it completely.
Yeah.
So like the 4th of July one, I think it's gonna only be 2 parts, even though it's like 4 days, because we didn't film as much because it was like we're spending time with family. You know, I didn't want to like get too invasive. But we'll see. Like I don't feel as rushed to get the 4th of July footage out because like 4th of July is already come and gone, so like it doesn't matter when I put it out now. Now it's more of just like people want to see more. But we'll see. But I had a lot of fun doing it. It's the music and stuff like that is what I had fun messing with.
Yeah, it was like really. I was like really. What stood out to me was like, oh my god, he's like showing everything. Like he's showing like how they get in the car, setting up little man in the back of the car, all like the road stuff, like showing the drive here and there, like stuff that I personally like. I liked that it was 3 parts because it showed that like you truly wanted to show everything, and so it worked in that kind of regard. I think the one thing that stood out to me where I was like, wait, why did you do that? Was the title of it, but then I kind of realized, you know what, like my first vlog is kind of like the best title for it, and it did really well. So I'm just curious how you're gonna do it. Like, are you gonna like call it like going to see my sister at the 4th of July, or like? Are you
I don't know.
I
think it's gonna like I'm gonna have to like clickbait it now. Like I'm gonna have to like put something like I can't believe he did this, you know, and it's like him, you know, or something like. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
You could also use your own name as like part of the clickbait, like Danny Dorito goes to the water park or something like that.
Yeah. I've kind of steered away. Like I've been on the edge of like using like the term Dorito family or Dorito fam or something, because I don't want to bring the whole idea that it's like, all right, this is a family vlog channel now. You know, like I'm trying to like keep it.
Yeah, gotcha. No, it was really good, though.
Somebody commented like the vlogs are gonna replace Creators Unite, and I was like, no, they're not. I will be honest. So this week, because I reached out to a guy and I was like, sweet, this guy's like an actor and he does skits on TikTok, and like the guy's hilarious. And I was like, okay, cool. Like he said he'd do it, and then so like I thought he would do it this week, but he was like, no, actually I can't do this week. Let's set something up for next week. So now I gotta find a guest for this week, and I don't know who I'm gonna get. So I gotta like figure out. I think I'm gonna have a repeat guest on, like maybe Chunky Hustle or something.
Okay.
But we'll see. I mean, it would also be cool at some point to do a Creators Night with you guys and just like kind of be like, this is us talking about content creation. But if you want to go here, it's just literally shoot the shit about anything. Go check out Cool Ranch Corner. You know, kind of like.
Yeah.
So
I'd be down for that. That sounds really fun.
Yeah. Bottom line is, I think I'm gonna stay bald, and dude, I like it. I like it. I genuinely like it. I think it fits.
Yeah, it doesn't. I'll be honest. Like, it looks better on you than it did with me. Like, to me, I don't know. Like, dude, I'm in this stage right now. Like, somebody, they described me as a Marine Corps image, and I was like, well, it's my hair. And then like the teacher was like, no, it's just kind of like the way you carry yourself too. Like, there's definitely confidence there. Like, we can all see it. And I was like, okay, cool. You know, and like somebody described me as that. Somebody put confident tiger is my thing. It's like, what the fuck? Like, cause he was like, use animals, do this. But somebody said, experienced deep thinker, and I was like, well, that kind of makes sense. I do a lot of like just talking about like deep random stuff. So, but like it was cool to see what people kind of like inferred about me, about the way I went up there and talked.
No, next time someone says that you're an experienced thinker, you should show them the clip of us talking about whether you should wipe front to back or back to front.
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, no, it's really cool though. I'm excited to see because like right now I'm at the point where it's like I don't know if I should start trying to like audition for stuff yet, or if I should kind of like get a feel for the class for like a month or two first. You know,
I
like
would
to
wait.
kinda-
I would
yeah.
wait.
Because I already like the thing that they taught us, which was like we started talking. We didn't get into it fully, but it's called the relationship event. And so as an actor, what you do is you look at the two characters in the scene or the characters in the scene, and you see through this dialogue or through this discovery, how has the relationship between the characters changed? And so it's like, okay, I come in, you know, I talk to this girl, and then I realize that I love her. And so like you see my emotion and like my facial expressions, like realizing I love her. Does that mean that like I'm happy because I know now like this is love? Or am I like, shit, I love this chick, but this isn't going to work? You know, like there's different ways that can be interpreted to different scenarios. But I mean, it just makes sense because like anybody can go in and just read lines. But somebody who understands what is changing internally with the characters relationship wise and like how this changes things for the rest of the story, they can basically put themselves in the role and be like, how would I react to this knowing that like I feel this way, you know? And so like to me it was like this totally changes like how I look at scripts and how I'm going to write scripts, because now I know that that should be the focus, you know? Is like what the meaning behind the dialogue shouldn't just be like to pass time. It should be like there's something happening with these two characters that changes something else down the line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I know you guys are talking about like you know, like
it's very
acting
deep.
and stuff like that, but so on the topic of Creators Unite, dude, how did you get Brad Easy on?
I did Jeopardy with him.
Oh, because dude, I like, so you had two like back-to-back guests that I had like seen like just in general like on my For You page, and I was like, holy crap, like those are that's awesome, dude.
Brad Easy's been hanging out with Bryce Hall this past like weekend or whatever in LA.
Yeah, I know. I noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but dude, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Got two really good guests.
Yeah, and I
That's
mean
cool.
the other thing is like as I thought about reaching out to Harris Heller's editor. I think I might be able to get him on. That'd be really cool to like learn about editing and stuff.
The English guy, right?
Yeah, I think his name is Sam. Sam something.
Sam, yeah.
See, the next
I've
thing you gotta
interacted with
do-
him before. Like I rated him one time, and he like talked to me and was like, "Oh, this and that." So
You
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
get Arcade Craniacs on.
I think that's gonna come down the line. That guy's blowing up. Like I mean, he's already hit like 5 million on TikTok already. So
Dude,
But
but
sometime
the
down
thing
the
is, like, he's like
he's
like
smart.
a legit he's a legit dude. Like
Yeah, they know what they're
he's not
doing,
like
and they're,
yeah, exactly.
the jokes are getting more clever. 100%.
I'm sure.
Like there's little
I
things
still
that like
love that. He's gonna say the sour like funky thing, and he's like, no, I don't want to kill it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to kill the meme.
yeah. No, it's funny. They're very self-aware.
Yeah, I told you it was freaking satire from the
I
very
just-
beginning.
But I discovered them at a time where they were kind of trying to figure out where to go with stuff. And so for me, I was like, I don't
Okay.
see that genius, like self-aware part of it. It was more of like, where do we go with this? And like, do we
That's the
embrace the
thing.
cringe, you know?
It's that the thing is, like, once you've seen people
They-
make fun of videos where people are doing it like for real, you can tell when they're doing it as a joke.
Yeah. And I've been paying more attention to like how they film and stuff, and they are very good at hiding cuts.
That is a very good observation, actually,
Yeah.
because that's a really important skill to learn.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny because like I was like, dude, they always like shake the camera violently when they run. It's a cut.
Yeah, that's
You know what I mean?
yeah. Dude, that reminds me. Genie, did you
Yeah.
watch Loki yet?
I
Of course.
watched episode 4 with the ending where it was
Hold
like
on.
No.
Did you watch just episode 4 or up to episode 4?
I watched 1 and 4.
Oh my god, you
Why did you-
monster!
What the
Why
hell?
would you do that?
Oh my god.
Genie! I'm going to
disappointed in-
bed.
yeah,
This is stupid, man.
I'm disappointed.
What the heck, bro?
Why would you do that?
What is your problem, dude?
You missed
Why
out on
would
so
you
much
do
character
that?
development, dude.
Dude, I'm frustrated.
I got a rundown of what happened between the 3 episodes.
Oh,
between
because
2 and 3
because they have the recap. That doesn't count.
with the female Loki, and someone explained it to me,
Well,
and I was like, oh, interesting. Now
The
we
fifth
got the
episode-
alligator Loki.
hold on, episode 3. That's the one where like everything's falling apart, right? Like the planet gets destroyed,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
They do that same sort of style. What's that one movie where like it's World War One and they're trying to go like get this dude or something like that, or like trying to or something like that. Was it like
1917?
1917, I think?
They're trying to
Where it's
deliver
all
a
one-
message.
Where it's all one
One shot.
It's all one one
Yeah.
take.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like, right? That's the same thing they did at the end of that 3rd episode.
Yeah.
And you like a big part of that is looking for when the cuts happen, because they'll always like put something really close to where the camera's at. So it
Yeah.
seems like it's focusing on that, and really like it's just a scene change.
Yeah.
And they're using
Yeah.
that as
Can
a way
I-
to hide it. It's
can I-
smart.
Can I get your guys' take on something? Because I've been trying to figure out, like,
Yeah.
because my issue right now is with Creators Unite. I'm kind of running out of people, that I know I'm gonna jive with. You know what I mean? Like, I know there's people on TikTok that they've basically built their following with shot content, and like to me, it's like that. That makes me feel like they're just somebody who likes like very like raunchy, like, oh my god, I can't believe he said that type of stuff. You know? And it's like, I don't know,
Yeah.
like. I don't have anything against it. I'm just saying, like, I can't read that person as to whether I'm gonna have a good conversation with them. Like, it's harder to read that because they're always playing a over the top, like, raunchy character, you know. So,
like you feel like they're playing a character on the podcast?
well, I'm just saying, like, I can't get a read on them as to like how serious they are about stuff. You know what I mean? If it makes sense.
Okay.
So what I was thinking is I've been saying it for a while. I'm trying to find a crypto person again on because I think that would be an interesting topic. I don't know how. I don't know if that means it's gonna get less viewership because any crypto related stuff I put, it struggles to like get as many views as other stuff. But if I get a person who's basically like what I'd call like, you know, like a unprofessional expert on crypto, I think that would be interesting. It'd probably be a shorter one, probably like an hour and a half, you know, tops. Creators Unite, because usually goes like 2 hours. Like the actor guy, he's like, yeah, I could do like an hour next week or something. So that one's gonna be a shorter one. But at the same time, I don't know him, so he might be like, you know, I don't know this person, I don't know how the conversation is gonna go. So just say an hour. But there is a guy on YouTube. He's got about 77,000 subscribers. He's an older he's an Asian guy with glasses. I have learned so much from his videos when it comes to acting and like how it all works. Like he's the reason I was like, yeah, I need to take acting classes. I think I could get him on for like an hour, but he'd be I think he would be like the oldest person I've gotten on, but I feel like I don't know. Like, I don't know if I should do that on Creators Unite or like change it and title it like a conversation with a working actor or like a conversation with an actor or something, you know, or if I should just do it as Creators Unite. Cause in a way he is like they say that people who are actors are technically content creators because they're creating content.
Yeah. Do it as Creators Unite for sure.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to reach out to him then. I got to figure out how.
Really
dude,
good one.
He was a Black Widow.
Here's a suggestion. Oh, by the way, I haven't seen it. Please don't spoil it yet.
I won't spoil it, but he was in Black Widow for like 2 lines. Like he's not like a major role actor, but like he's been in big stuff, like all kinds of stuff, and like he's been on Netflix projects. So it'd be cool to talk to him about how like, you know, how Netflix is kind of like moving stuff to Albuquerque and how the scene is changing over here. Because the academy I'm going to, their whole like goal is jobs are every year more and more jobs are coming to the Netflix studios, and they will like the difference between getting a job could literally be like, well, this guy, we need somebody to say these 2 lines, and this guy lives here and this guy lives on the other side of the country, so we have to pay to fly him out here. Like that's the difference, you know what I mean? And so like if I live here, I have a better chance of getting a role because it costs less to hire me.
Quick thing. So
I gotta hop out like right now, but you guys can keep going. I gotta take a call like right now.
All right. All right.
Let's see you guys.
Later, Genie.
See ya.
Quick question.
Oh man. This is an issue. All right, I guess we gotta end it. All right, guys. Well, I didn't think about Genie leaving and messing up the window captures, but
Scuffed.
we'll see you next week. Peace.
Deuces.